Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Thank you for choosing to hang out with me once again. I am super duper excited that you're here. If this is your first time to come across any of my videos, karibu sana. Here we love to cook, eat, travel and anything else in between. If you are continuing Sabi, thank you for watching my previous videos. Today we are going to make a hearty and flavorful soup that is perfect for this time of the year. If you are around where I am, you know it's cold season. We shall be welcoming the cold season with some of my all-time favorite soup recipe. And when it comes to comfort food, today's recipe is the very best and my absolutely amazing creamy beef and vegetable soup that is good for you. To start with, I'm going to put in some beef bones to boil so I can get the beef broth. I'm going to let this cook overheat for some like 2 to 3 hours. It can keep boiling. Alternatively, you can use a pressure cooker. And then I'm going to add a piece of beef fillet into that so that it can also cook. This beef fillet, I'm going to show you what I'm going to use it for. Now, I don't know about you guys, but in my house, cold season has arrived with a vengeance and everyone has been sick basically constantly since the beginning of the month, and this soup has been on heavy rotation because it's really comforting.
2,000 years later.
So it's the next day and I know I should have made this soup the day that I was boiling. However, life got in the way and I'm now doing it the next day. So what I have there is some frozen peas. That's the soup there, the beef broth, some onions, some carrots, celery, leeks and green peppers, 2 large potatoes that is peeled, and that's the beef that I boiled it in. The beef that we boiled together with the bones, I just shredded it. And then we have some broccoli that's soaked in vinegar. It's been soaking just to wash it. We have some cream, some corn flour and some butter. I'm going to start by adding some butter. So I've got this heating up of a medium to high heat and I'm just going to let the butter melt down. You can use vegetable oil, olive oil, canola oil. It will totally work here, but butter, I feel butter makes everything feel better. Come on, especially when you're not feeling well, you gotta have some butter. Just as the butter has melted, I'm going to get in here with some onions, some celery, some carrots, all the classic soup ingredients, and I just want to let those cook away for maybe 3 to 4 minutes until they start to soften up, and you'll notice that the celery turns nice and bright green. Just as the veggies are nice and soft like mine, we are going to ahead and add some garlic. Guys, I'm not holding back. I've got 2 cloves of garlic. You can add more, you can add less. However, when you're talking about cold fighting soups, you definitely want to add as much garlic as you can tolerate. Also, it smells amazing in the pot. I'm just going to let that garlic get nice and soft and let the vegetables continue cooking for another 30 seconds before we add some flour to this. Now I'm using some corn flour, but you can use an all-purpose flour. What I want to do is to sort of cook off that flour, so I'm just going to let my flour cook up, stirring it constantly. Then I'm gonna go ahead and add some potatoes to my pot. Adding potatoes to this soup makes it a lot more filling and hearty. You know, sometimes when you want a bowl of soup and then you're hungry an hour or 2 later, the potatoes really help to sort of do the filling. The same thing with the with the beef and the extra veggies that go in there. I've got 2 large potatoes cut into nice small diced pieces. At this point, I'll be adding my broth, which is beef broth. You already saw what I made previously, so you can use that, or you can use the fresh made broth, or even water or vegetable broth. It's up to you, depending on what you have on hand. I'm going to add in my beef, the one that I boiled my beef broth in. If you're doing this right now and you're combining everything right now, you can add raw beef and just let that cook in and boil for a few minutes until the beef is cooked. When it comes to seasoning this soup, you have the option to use any sort of dried herbs you want to use here, but I kept things simple and classic with just 1 bay leaf. And if you want to add some thyme, you can add. And then at this point, I'm just going to cover and let it simmer and continue boiling until everything reaches a boil, and then I can reduce the heat to medium to let this cook away for maybe 10 to 15 minutes so that the potatoes are nice and tender. Alright friends, it's been about 15 minutes and you can see lots of yummy things are happening here. Our beef is already cooked down, our potatoes are already getting soft, and now it's time to add even more veggies to this soup. So I will be adding more veggies because I want this soup to be as nutritious as possible. So I've opted for some broccoli, so I'm going to add that in there, which I've cut into small pieces. Some green peas, you can use frozen ones or fresh. If you have a bit of spinach or any other vegetables that you would like to have or that are in your fridge, you can definitely use those. You can use snow peas, snap peas, whatever you have on hand. I'm going to let this cook for another 2 to 3 minutes until the broccoli is tender, and at this point I'm ready to finish it off with a splash of cream for added richness and a nice helping of salt and pepper to taste. And honestly, you guys, that's how easy it was to make that soup. It's really creamy, satisfying, super nutritious, which is why I absolutely adore it, and I hope your family loves it as much as mine does, and you give it a try yourself. Finally, it's time to season the soup, taste it and adjust any seasoning, and then once seasoned to perfection, ladle the soup into bowls, garnish it with maybe fresh herbs if desired, and serve it hot. And the best thing about it is that it's easy to make. You can do the prep a day earlier or when you have time, and come the day that you want to make your soup, and it will be ready in less than 30 minutes. What's not to love about this? And there you have it, a delicious and comforting soup packed with flavor and wholesome ingredients. This beef broth based soup has a lot of vegetables, shredded beef, and creamy goodness is sure to warm your heart and satisfy your taste buds. Give it a try and let me know in the comments below how it turns out for you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more delicious recipes. Enjoy your bowl of goodness, and let's hang out again in the next one.